Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu discussed ways to counter Iranian threats in his meeting with the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on his visit to Tel Aviv. Netanyahu's office did say that the threat from Iran and the need for both countries to join forces against it were raised during the talks. The Israeli Prime Minister welcomed United States support in its fight against Iran-aligned armed groups in the region. And according to reports, Netanyahu also told the U.S. Secretary of State that the assassination attempt against him cannot be ignored after his house in Syria was targeted by the Hezbollah drone last week. Iran figured in Blinken's meeting with the Israeli Defense Minister as well. Yoav Gallant told the United States diplomat that his government expects Washington support when it attacks Iran in response to a missile strike earlier this month. Gallant said that the U.S. stance with Israel following its attack on Iran will strengthen regional deterrence and weaken the Iranian axis. Meanwhile, Iran's former chief of Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Mohammad Ali Jafri, said that Israel could mount a desperate, limited and symbolic attack against Tehran. According to Iranian media reports, he said that Iran's response will depend on the intensity of Israel's retaliation, and in case of a significant attack, Iran will retaliate with higher intensity offensive. Furthermore, in his 11th trip to the region since the war between Israel and Hamas erupted last year, Secretary of State Antony Blinken also held talks with Netanyahu on post-war Gaza governance. The Israeli Prime Minister expressed hope that the killing of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar will have a positive impact on the return of hostages held in Gaza for more than a year. The situation in Gaza came up for discussion during Blinken's meeting with the Israeli president. Also, the leader said that Sinwar's death has created a new opportunity to end the conflict.
Following the killing of Sinwar and the other circumstances that have evolved, there is a unique opportunity to make a special effort to employ all tools necessary and possible to move forward and bring the hostages back home.
I believe very much that the death of Sinwar does create an important opportunity to bring the hostages home, to bring the war to an end, and to ensure Israel's security.
Meanwhile, massive protests erupted outside Blinken's hotel in Tel Aviv as families of U.S.-Israeli hostages in Gaza voiced anger over stalled negotiations for the release of the captives. The demonstrators chanted slogans and displayed signs demanding to secure a deal.
Now that Sinwar is gone, we are hoping that the pressure from the United States is going to be immense on the parties, whether it's Qatar, Egypt, Israel, and of course Hamas, to finalize the deal and bring them home.
We are, according to the United States, waiting on Hamas to figure out what and who are the decision makers. I would act decisively, actively, proactively to get a deal on the table for Hamas to consider and put an end to all of this, including the suffering of the people in Gaza.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.